Hello, my name is John Cash. You're right, I am the Principal Trainer on the NLP Master Practitioner. And in this series of videos, we've been exploring how to prepare for an NLP Master Practitioner. So we talked about what to look for in an NLP Master Practitioner, and we talked about how to start to think about people to model for the NLP Modelling project included on the NLP Master Practitioner. And now let's get down to what should we review from the NLP Practitioner. To be able to model human excellence, there's a lot of the NLP skills that we're going to have to pull together so it becomes second nature to you. So first off is to start with visual, auditory, kinesthetic, sensory-based language. So if you remember way back, normally right at the beginning of the course, we explore sensory-based language. So visual words and phrases, auditory words and phrases, kinesthetic, feel, touch and emotion words and phrases, olfactory and gustatory, smell and taste. So what is great about that is you'll realize how important it is to be able to hear that language and to put them into a category when we get to the NLP modeling project. So if there's something you could do, that would be a great place to start, is to review that. And I got you covered there. So what we have is 40 videos, yes, 40 videos of about 2 to 3 minutes long each on the website called the 40-Day Challenge. And what we're going to do is help you really master that. On the surface seems a simple skill. So I would recommend that resource, the 40-Day Challenge, which you'll find on the website, and I'll put a link down to the first video which should trigger the next videos in the sequence for you. So what happens on those videos to help you really start to master that technique of visual, auditory and kinesthetic language patterns, or the sensory-based language. So what happens is we have a word of the day. So might be a word like perspective, which is a visual word. Yes, excellent. Perspective. And the idea is you get that word in and you use that word during the day at some point. And yes, it does count if you get home and you say to the cat, I got some perspective on today. Yes, you've done it. So we want to make it easy for us. We'll then listen out for an auditory word of the day. And what you'll find is the video will give you the word, give you an explanation of the word, and also it breaks a linguistic breakdown of each of those words, plus some other words that you could use instead of perspective if that didn't really fit your criteria. So that's a great thing, and we go through visual, auditory, kinesthetic, olfactory and gustatory, smell and taste, language patterns. Now by doing that, that prepares you for the next skill to start to review and master from the practitioner so that you can do the modeling project successfully, which is strategies. Now, normally near the end of a NLP practitioner, you'll cover something called strategies. This is the sequence and order that you think in. So, for example, it's the recipe for people's success. And the explanation for strategies often is this, and it's one I like to use as well, is why use a recipe to bake a cake? Because you get consistent results. But here's the thing, you can have all the ingredients, but get the sequence wrong. So if I'm making this cake and I got all the ingredients, I put the flour in, pour the milk in, melt the 2 bars of chocolate into it, and then put it in the mix it round, put it into the oven, take it out, put the eggs in. Is that going to be a good cake? No. And you can see why I don't cook much. So I had all the ingredients, but I didn't have it in the right sequence. And the ingredients we're talking about from a thinking point of view, we have our 5 senses, our thinking processes. So we all have the ingredients to a lesser or greater extent. But the sequence is important, and that's strategies. And then there's that shorthand to learn. So it is worth mastering the shorthand. Now, when you're outside the NLP room, if you like, you won't necessarily use the shorthand because it doesn't mean anything. But what it helps you do is analyze the sequence and order that people's thinking. So it's worth reviewing that. And what I'll do, I think on YouTube already, I have some videos reviewing the steps and the shorthand, which is just a tool for the strategies. Now, Straight away, if you've done an NLP practitioner already, you know that the sensory-based language, the visual, auditory, kinesthetic language patterns, is preparing you to be able to do the strategies, because you need to be able to hear sensory-based language to get the sequence and order. So those two things, if you did nothing else but review those and start to practice those before the NLP Master Practitioner, you're going to be ahead of the game. It's worth doing. And then connected to all of that would be to review submodalities. Now, submodalities is how we think, not what we think. And sub is component parts. So if I said to you, picture your favorite food. And I picture my favorite food, we both have different pictures of different food. But how we think about it would be different also. You might have a big picture, I might have a small picture, it might be moving, might be colour, might be black and white, it might be still. Did you notice they were sub-components of visual? So hence the term sub-modalities. Now it makes sense. So we start with visual, auditory, kinesthetic, sensory-based language patterns. That helps us do strategies, which also helps inform us of the language and the thinking processes around submodalities. So those are 3 topics from your NLP practitioner that is worth reviewing. Any questions? Please do leave them below in the box below, or just email me at john@nlpcourses.com and I'll answer those for you. And if you are thinking of taking an NLP Master Practitioner and you're considering us, thank you, and you'd like to talk further about it, make sure that it is the right path for you, contact me, email me first, and then we'll arrange a convenient time to chat and we'll get you started in the correct fashion. Hope you've enjoyed the series of videos, and if I get any questions, I'll expand on those and include any videos later on. Take care then. See you on the NLP Master Practitioner.